just so everybody is aware of the news very quickly, last night, right when the European market started getting into action, right there about 2 a.m. in the market, our time about 4 a.m. in the market, right in kind of the markets getting going. The UK announced further lockdowns in London based on a COVID variant that has increased transmission, and so it's like 70% more increase. And so I think what happened is you started waking up and you started seeing these headlines, lockdowns in London, because think about the last 2 weeks, guys. Everything's been vaccine, 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 vaccine. And as that vaccine conversation has been happening, the overall confidence levels of people have been increasing to a certain extent as well. And so when that news headline comes out last night, and it's just like, wow, a massive reminder that we still have a long way to go. And that's how I'm seeing this news here today, is just we're not out of the woods yet with this COVID situation. And the market was giving all of us, myself and everybody in the market, a little bit of a gentle reminder today that we still have a ways to go here. And so, but when you're looking at the price action here, I don't see this as massive consumer selling. I don't see this as institutional selling. I don't see this as anything other than algorithms. Look at the time frame this happens last night. That's number one. You're really happening in the middle of the night on a Sunday coming into the Monday cash open. Nobody's really trading that price action. That's algorithm based. When you look at the volume on the sell-offs, yes, we did see a slightly increased volume on the sell-off on the overnight action, but you compare that against the cash open and what we typically see in the cash open, that is extremely small levels of participation. So nobody's really participating in that downward movement in price. Nobody's selling their Apple stock. Nobody's selling their Google stock. Nobody's selling their Amazon stock. Nobody's selling their Tesla stock. You're seeing the volatility in the S&P 500 getting pushed down, down, down. But who's doing that? Again, is that the institutions on Wall Street? No. Is that the consumers around the world getting scared because of the headline? No. Are they immediately buying it back up 2 hours later because now they're confident again? No. That is all algorithms. And so I'm taking what happened in the last 24 hours, and really not the last 24 hours, but really the last 6-7 hours. I'm taking that as a gentle reminder that we are not out of the woods yet regarding the COVID situation, but I'm not putting too much emphasis on it, especially when you start looking at some of those sectors. Tim, take a look at utilities for a second, and we'll take a look at the sectors here in just a little bit in the show. But you take a look at utilities. Yes, I'm a complete stay away from utilities, but we were a stay away from utilities before this occurred. Nobody was looking at picking up utilities at $62. And if you were, I apologize for putting you on an island, because that's who you were. You were an island on that. Nobody else was looking at that. But take a look at technology. You take a look at XLK here. What happened with this with that drop? Well, that drop just brought that right back down into that 125 level, right where that 20-day moving average is. I hate the color scheme of your moving averages. And now you're looking at a hammer candle coming off of support. And so when you're looking at this type of volatility, yeah, it's a little spooky initially until you start understanding the context around what created the volatility. And then when you look at it, and then when you start looking at outside of the broad market, you look at this and you say, yeah, I'm already staying away from utilities. I was a little hesitant on, buying technology up 5-6 days in a row, showing me a little bit of weakness at the top. Now we're snap back retracing, coming into a support level with a hammer. It's go time again. So I think there's obviously, again, there's a lot of headlines out there. I think it did spook the market a little bit, but I don't think it's anything crazy that we need to be overtly concerned about unless patterns are breaking in sectors. Utilities, I don't see patterns breaking. I see patterns continuing. Here in technology, I don't see patterns breaking. I see patterns continuing. So whenever you see volatility like this in the broad market, yes, it can give you a little bit of it can give you a little bit of a shortness of breath a little bit. Then you go, ooh, what just happened? But break it down from a sector perspective. Did trends get violated? If yes, then you have to update your philosophy a little bit. Did patterns get violated? If yes, then you got to update your philosophy a little bit. Right now, we're in that zone where we're trying to see what sectors are going to find support and what sectors aren't. Right now, I'm seeing this as a buying opportunity.